Isn't she a beaut? But we're not talking about artillery today, friends. Today we're talking about the first aid kit, individual. The old Alice Pack one. I wore these on my belt when I was in the National Guard back in the 90s. A lot of you probably did too. These can be bought online for 10 to 15 bucks, but they come empty. A lot of people buy them because they got this cool little plastic box in here that's supposedly waterproof. Now mine's not empty. Mine has the contents, and we're going to go over those contents. And after I empty it out, I'm going to put some of my prized possessions, my most valuable heirloom things that I have inside this box. I'm going to dunk it in the creek and see if it can stay dry. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss that. Now, a lot of today's video is going to be filmed in Tampico, Illinois, the birthplace of President Ronald Reagan. There's a statue of little young Ron up there. Now, Tampico, Illinois, the birthplace of President Reagan, is a small town. Currently, there's only about 800 people that live here. I grew up here. I lived outside of town. I lived in town as a young child. And there's Ronald Reagan on his cannon. I guess he used to play in this park, and in one of his memoirs, he wrote that he remembers playing on a cannon in this park. He's by far the most famous person to ever come out of this town. But if you hit that subscribe button, maybe someday I can be second at least. Let's take a closer look at this first aid kit, individual first aid kit. There it says on the top, you got the nomenclature, the first aid kit, individual. On the front we have it stamped with US and then the medical symbol there. Around the back, this has the two Alice clips. And there's a bit of Velcro strap here. Probably allows for additional means of attachment. Now, some of these, there's variations of these. These were used for decades by the U.S. military. I believe, I could be wrong, from the Vietnam era all the way up and through the late 90s. I know when I was in the military in the 90s, this is almost identical to what we carried. All right. In the front, there's these two metal snaps. Now this is an eye bandage, first aid kit eye dressing. There's a little bit of ointment in there. There's instructions. There's pictures and words. The instructions are in English and French. Bande de plâtre adhesive. Is that French? What was this in there? There's a nomenclature list for all the contents. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it was just up against the eye patch kit. Pretty cool. I'm sure that's often lost. All right. So like I said, a lot of people will buy these online, and they don't come with any first aid supplies. They just want this pouch. I believe the measurements are 5.5 by 5.5 by 2.5 inches deep. So pretty handy sized pouch. This one's kind of like that nylon, not so much a canvas, but more of a nylon feel to it. To open, there's just this little flip clip, and it opens right up. Now there's no rubber gasket on this one at least, so I'm a little nervous about when I go to put my prized possessions inside here to test the waterproofness of this case, but I think we'll be okay. Alright, what do we got? We got Band-Aids. We got more Band-Aids. Looks like each of these packs, there's 3 of them in this kit, has what, 5 or 6 Band-Aids each. This is a gauze bandage. It's compressed. It says it's camouflage. Here's a first aid field dressing, 4 by 7 inches. It's compressed too. I believe. Yep, 2 of those in there. This looks to be a triangular bandage. It's compressed as well. 37 by 37 by 52 inches. It's got some illustrations on the one side about different things you can use it for. It is water purification tablets. All right. Iodine 50 for treating water in canteens. So yeah, you'd put your garbage water in your canteen. I'm sure there's instructions on here. And you'd purify water that way. We got some chapstick for hot climate. Protect your lips from sunburn. All right. Antiseptic iodine. Now this one looks to be almost halfway empty, but I don't think that means half of this has been used. I think it's just been sitting in there for so long that, you know, some of the water has escaped from here. Well, we got, looks like a couple little pill bottles. A couple little pill bottles and lids. They don't have any labels on them or anything. These don't look familiar to me. These aren't bringing back any memories for me. Any ideas what they could have been used for? Is this something that somebody added on their own? I really don't know. So again, the box is stamped itself. Insert first aid kit case. A lot of people like these kits just for this case. I've got the insert to that first aid kit. Now, I can tell you this will do a pretty good job when it's raining of keeping the contents dry. Not perfect. The contents that this originally comes supplied with, anything that shouldn't get wet is wrapped in pretty thick plastic, so it should be safe. But I hear that these are waterproof. So I'm going to take some of my most precious items, which I have right here in this pouch, put them in here, and dunk them in the creek. Well, I knew right away we were in trouble because when I put it in the water, I saw some air bubbles escape. So, yep, my prized, valuable possessions are ruined. Maybe we could just try one out, see if it's okay. Which one? I should probably... What? I should probably eat the Spam light? Come on now, I'm trying. All in the name of science, I guess I'll try this out. Make sure it's still okay. Still good. I'm going to have to order up another one of these first aid kit individuals, because they are, even if they don't come with any contents, they are pretty handy. And, you know, hey, it's the perfect size for some Spam singles. So, I like it. Speaking of likes, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please feel free to leave a comment. Does this bring back any memories? I'll see you all down the trail somewhere. Until then, have a great day.